Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome in to Go Live Together. We are your hosts. I am Jeremy. To my left or right, I'm not sure what direction I'm facing, is Eddie Lugo Studios, and just below me is the one and only The Muster Drill. Good morning, fellas. How's it going?
Sweet.
Good.
Definitely sweet.
I'm cruising tomorrow.
Yep, I know, right? We're right behind you. You know, we're super excited. I know today our hostess, our co-hostess, is going to pick up the kids' homework for next week. So yeah, she's in supermom mode, and you know, so that's what's happening here. So it will just be us today. Thank you for joining the live stream and also the replay. If you are here for the replay, first of all, thank you for joining the show. We definitely appreciate your support. Please type in the word #replay in the comments section that we know you were here. But for those of you that have joined us in the live stream, welcome in and good morning. First up in the chat today is Cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning.
Sorry, I was reading comments.
I know. I got stuck on that one. The Muster Drill has made it in. Good morning.
Where? I love that guy.
I think he's headed out on a trip somewhere. He's probably going to go muster.
He's going to be sailing straight through the re-emerging hurricane.
That's right. That's right. Ocean Travel is up early. Good morning, Bruce. And let's see. Mike and J&S Adventures have made it in. Good morning.
Light reinforcements have arrived from the north.
Oh. Motivation from the weightlifting geek. Joe, what's going on, man? You made it for the morning show. We really appreciate you coming in. Antoinette at Fun, good morning.
Welcome.
And I saw us going up your way, so yeah, be careful. Idalia is that's a big old wide spread out storm. I'm looking at it. Scott was tracking it earlier in the pre-show, and it's really wide. You know,
It's small window.
Yeah,
Really small.
Sea Tripping with Kim and Scott have made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Najuma Brown has made it in. Good morning.
Hi.
Rock the Boat have made it in.
What's up?
Rock the boat up.
Come on, Eddie. You was on a roll.
No. I don't want to get a copyright claim. So.
Oh, okay. Bone Tired Travelers have made it in. Good morning.
I get the feeling someone is watching us.
Mm-hmm. Elizabeth has made it in. Good morning.
Hey, babe.
Kathy Mills has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And she has a message for everybody. She says, good morning, safe travels to Scott and all those traveling soon and near the unsettled weather.
Yep.
I know that's right. Team Reach Travels is in the house. Good morning.
Good morning.
And let's see, Eddie Lugo Studios has made it into the chat. Good morning.
Viva la raza.
I love that one. And let's see. Oh, Elizabeth has dropped her link. TMD. That'll work.
Nice.
How is the weather, Eddie? Mike and Rand want to know.
Here it's very cloudy right now. There's no wind whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see. We're expecting rains later. Wind, I have no idea, but maybe sometime in the evening we might get some rain here. But right now it looks cloudy. It's dark out there, and there's no wind whatsoever. That means the hurricane is sucking everything south right now. So.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, CME Traveling have made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, here we go. Rob has shared a cruise countdown with us. We are finally out of the 60s and not in the 50s, like 59 more sleeps until cruise day.
That's right.
I know that's right. Bone Tire Traveler says, Idalia has a big aft. It does. Big old hurricane.
I always say, you know, when Jim Cantori shows up, the fit is about to hit the shan.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about Cantori right there. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Superman.
He only shows up for the big ones. Oh, man. All that water.
Well, so happens when you're living near the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always say that's the trade-off for never having to shovel snow.
There you go.
Okay, Magnificent Germany with Darian. First of all, welcome in. Good morning.
Yeah,
Good morning.
And he said, howdy, folks. All good here in Ocala. And I hope everyone is as well. And let's see. Mike and Rihanna have reported Eye of the Wall is in Perry, Florida this morning.
Yeah, it's going through there right now. The it's in, and it's Cat 3 right now, but it will downgrade that to 2 soon.
Yep.
And you can see here on my feed, Jim Cantori is in the Cedar Key, which is that small island that's off the coast, which I was shocked to learn last night that only 98% of the residents evacuated. And I'm just like, I don't understand why these people stay. I just don't get it.
Yep. Nettie and JT have made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And let's see. Speaking of creators, today we are bringing you 5 creators, as always, and they are all linked down in the description of this video. First up on the list is Be More Adventurous. Next up, we all know and love him, Orange Cone Vlog. Next up is Just Doing Our Best. Next is Living Our Best Life. And last but not least is Party of 2 Cruising. So y'all be sure to go check out these channels. And I know that you were showing weather, so let me bring up these little friends of ours here. You know, they're back by popular demand. The Penguins have joined us this morning down at Moody Gardens here on Galveston Island. I'll wait for them to show up and wave hi, because they always wave at us. That's kind of cool. Hey, little guy. He's feeling it. He showed up for the morning show. And the weather here and the weather here in Galveston, we're waking up to 80 degrees this morning. A little bit cooler with 64% humidity and mostly sunny. Our high today is 94 degrees with 39% humidity and once again, sunny. So if you are coming to Galveston, you will be cooking and hot. And I saw a TikTok the other day where somebody was actually cooking an egg in a pan on the sidewalk in Louisiana. So I don't know if the pan was already hot. I don't know, but you know, I would say that was true based off of what I feel whenever I walk outside the door.
Right.
Man, they're having a good time, especially this one right here. He's feeling it. And these guys are cool.
That's Cheryl. She's in the water.
She's swimming to the cruise ship.
That's right.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Kids hanging out on the sand, and she's going all over the place.
Yeah, and you know we are concerned about flying through all of that, but once again, that's Friday. I don't really see that we're gonna have an issue with the Dahlia unless it makes
Where are you going?
We're going to
Orlando.
Yeah.
Gonna be fine.
That's why I said I think the only problem that they could possibly have is that Adalia's caused a backlog in the overall system that could potentially cause, delays and stuff like that because of it. But I don't think there'll actually be any direct issue with it. So
Yeah.
Right. And let's see. I'm going to check back in with the chat real quick. Yeah, it's good to know that everybody is safe. Let's see. Oh, we have a question from Mike and Rihanna here, and I'm going to go ahead and put it up on the screen. What is the Go Live Together After Dark show all about? What is this After Dark business? That's right, folks. You are about to experience the same crew with a different vibe after dark. We'll be coming at you live Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. And, we're going to have fun with it. And it's still going to be about cruise and travel, but with a slightly different twist to it. So we hope you all join us on the show as we embark on this new journey.
Yep,
And,
it's gonna be exciting.
Absolutely. I know we're excited about it. We really are.
So we're still concepting some things and stuff like that, but we got a little bit of time to do it. And
so it's in beta.
Starts on September 12th.
Yep.
So.
The great thing is that you all get to see this piece of candy here twice, morning and the evening. So
that's right. Let's see. House of X Entertainment Inc. has made it in. Good morning, guys.
Welcome to the party. Welcome to the party.
Yeah. Let's see.
And we're bringing that song along with you, X. So.
Amber's Angel Truth has shown up this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Ground Tech Master Angelo, super supporter, coming through.
Hello. Yep.
Yes. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much for coming in. And we are all caught up in the chat, which means that it is now time for us to bring you this day in history, August 30th. And let's see, in 1813, during the Creek War, some 250 frontiersmen were killed by the Red Sticks, a Native American faction, in what became known as the Fort Mims Massacre. And in retaliation, a militia led by General Andrew Jackson later destroyed 2 Indian villages. In 1905, American baseball player Ty Cobb, who became one of the game's greatest defensive players and one of its fiercest competitors, made his major league debut with the Detroit Tigers. In 1918, Soviet leader Vladimir Lenin was shot twice in an unsuccessful assassination attempt. In 1993, Late Show with David Letterman, which offered an innovative and frequently off-the-wall approach to the talk show format, debuted on CBS. In 2003, American actor Charles Bronson, who is best known for his portrayal of tough guys, notably an architect turned vigilante in Death Wish, died in Los Angeles at the age of 81. In 2015, British neurologist and writer Oliver Sacks, who won acclaim for his sympathetic case histories of patients with unusual neurological disorders, died in New York at the age of 82. And in 1983, U.S. astronaut Guion Bluford Jr. became, on this day in 1983, the first African American to travel into space, serving as a mission specialist aboard the shuttle orbiter Challenger, and later flew on 3 other missions. And on this day in 1930, Warren Buffett was born. And that will do it for On This Day in History.
Nice. Hi, Costa Water. Midlife Travels.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yep. And
I used to say hello in the chat a lot more. Then I realized that by me moving the chat, I was getting Jeremy all Sebastian. So
Oh, and is that because you're the second seat?
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, I
See,
didn't realize that I was
I have
getting him.
no knowledge and I don't have the experience in that aspect, in that area of it that you guys do.
Yeah.
So it's basically like, you're like one. You do it, it happens on your side too, right?
Yes.
what
Yes.
Very interesting. It must be
He
doing
can-
multi-threaded like session or something like that. It has to be how they're doing it. It has to be a single session, like a multi-stream single session or something like that.
right.
Sorry, that's the geek part of me working it all through in my brain. So
I don't know. It's beyond my level of understanding. It really is. Let's see. I know yesterday we reported on the new rum bottles coming to Carnival Cruise Line, but today we got some fresh cruise and travel industry news to share with you guys.
Good morning, Christmas with that.
okay, so it's been tough finding news stories today that are not about the hurricane. So bear with me, folks. All right. Man overboard on world's largest cruise ship. And it's a poorly written article. I'm very sorry. Shortly after 8 p.m. on Tuesday, a man overboard was reported on Royal Caribbean's Wonder of the Seas as it sailed to Mexico. Passengers on the Wonder of the Seas reported that the captain announced a search operation following an Oscar call indicating a man overboard situation for Royal Caribbean ships. The ship turned south and dispatched a rescue craft to search for the missing person. The guests were advised of the situation. The cruise mapper, according to Cruise Mapper website, showed the Wonder of the Seas diverting from its planned route and combing the waters just south of Santiago, Cuba. The conditions in the area on Tuesday evening were 3-foot swells and light winds. The search has yielded no results as the ship was rerouted from Cozumel to Grand Cayman due to a medical emergency on board at 11:30 p.m. I'm like, okay, they have a man overboard and a medical emergency all like in the same couple of hours. Yeah, it's interesting. Due to Hurricane Idalia, Wonder of the Seas changed from its original Western Caribbean voyage and is now sailing a modified itinerary. Nearly a dozen other cruise ships have been impacted because of 2 hurricanes in the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico this week. So the other interesting thing about this is that there has been over a dozen man overboard situations on cruise ships since just the beginning of 2023. Earlier the month, someone jumped off of the Emerald Princess while it was sailing on a Hawaii itinerary. Carnival Cruise Line guests intentionally jumped off Carnival Elation while it was returning to Jacksonville. Later in that week, Indian woman went overboard on Royal Caribbean's Spectrum of the Seas, sailing in the Singapore Straits. And since 2000, 60 passengers have gone overboard on Royal Caribbean ships, according to the Cruise Junkie website. So don't know what's going on, but I think when I'm on a cruise ship, the last thing I'm thinking about doing is killing myself. So, but for whatever reason, those people felt it necessary to do that. I hope that in most situations it was simply just an alcohol fueled kind of situation and it wasn't intentional, but either way, it's a very difficult situation. And I personally have never happened to me, but I would personally find it very difficult to think about anything else if I was on a sailing and such a horrible thing occurred. So moving on, Galveston welcomes its millionth cruise passenger of 2023.
Nice.
So it says here the Port of Galveston celebrated welcoming its 1 millionth cruise passenger of 2023 on August 28th. The port welcomed the DeGraff family of Hudsonville, Michigan at Cruise Terminal 28 with gifts and cake before they boarded their 5-night cruise aboard the Carnival Breeze. The family in it says here Roger Rees, Galveston Wharves port director and CEO, said we're very happy for the DeGraff family and thank them for sailing from Galveston. We're also excited to celebrate the milestone with a longtime cruise partner, Carnival Cruise Lines. Thanks to the support of our cruise partners and loyal cruise customers, cruising from Galveston has never been better. The port partnered with Carnival on a $53 million improvement project at Cruise Terminal 25 and is currently preparing to welcome the cruise line's newest ship, the Carnival Jubilee, in December.
Texas.
The port continues to grow as a home port is great news for avid cruise travelers, for local people who work in the cruise-related jobs, and for the entities that benefit economically, including suppliers, maritime services, hotels, restaurants, shops, and other businesses. So that is it for the news.
Wow. And yeah, if anybody is thinking about suicide, I just now Googled it, and I know that I was going after the 1-800 number, but it turns out that if you need help, all you have to do is either call or text 988, and somebody will be there 24/7 to help you.
Yeah, it's a new national suicide hotline. So.
And you can text it too. You don't have to talk to anybody. So that's really cool. I didn't know about that yet.
Kurt does have a question in the chat.
Okay, hang on. Let me catch up to him. Destination Fun has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you're doing okay down there, Sherry.
Yeah, Viso's Travel. Hey, Viso's Travel has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And let me see. Scott
McNeil says he's working and lurking.
Hey, Scott.
Hammer.
Everybody's always saying like Scott. I'm thinking, what are they talking about? They're talking about Scott from Controversial Cruising. Are they talking about Scott McNeil? Are they which Scott are they talking about?
Don't worry, they're talking about a real Scott.
Yep. Destination Fun just checked in.
The screen.
It says Destination Fun has checked in. Over Bayshore over here, the street looks like the beach. We just heard a loud boom and lost power, but it came back. Thank goodness. Canadian Family Life has showed up this morning. Hello.
Hi, Tiffany.
CME Traveling commenting on the news story says, I wonder how many overboard folks have been recovered. Yeah, it's a shame that these news stories don't report on that.
I think it's actually a really low number. And I think that's why. I think just very few, right? And of course, there was that one guy not long ago, really lucky guy, who was actually found alive, almost a day later. But it's very few that are actually recovered at all. That most of them are lost completely. And like I said, I really hope that most of it is, like I said, just alcohol related. Although, I've been pretty hammered on cruise ships before and never felt like going anywhere near the rail, let alone jumping off. So not
Right.
really sure again what's
Especially at
going
night,
on.
yeah.
there. Yeah, not really
Especially
sure.
at
I mean,
night.
most of the time I just walk around the ship with my drink out in front of me.
Yep.
And we've seen it, so yes.
Hey, Randa Sita has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Chillin' Charlie has made it in. Good morning. And
Sorry to hear that, Rafi.
yes, but
Yes.
I'm glad you reached out. You know, I'm glad that someone was there to listen, at least.
Yeah.
I have one news story here, and I think I found a way where you can get some perks from the cruise line by doing it this way. And it says Miss Universe, 3 Miss Universe winners experienced the beauty of Isla Roatan, Honduras today, and they were welcomed by 2 Carnival Vista team members from Honduras. The trio is sailing on Carnival Vista, which docked at its port of call of Mahogany Bay. In Mahogany Bay, the women were treated to a private bungalow, one of many spectacular shore excursions offered by Carnival. Each bungalow, perched over the crystal clear water, features incredible views of Mahogany Bay's spectacular beaches surrounded by lush landscape. Tomorrow, Miss Universe Belize, Ashley Lightburn, will greet the women, welcoming them to her home country as the ship docks in Belize City. So that's how you can get some perks from the cruise line. Become Miss Universe. Do that.
Yeah.
Mr. Icon is gonna do it.
Eye candy. There you go. You got this.
So
We'll
it
be-
looks like Rock the Boat has said that their power came back on, but they haven't had any. It says we haven't had any power flashes over here, but other parts of Seminole lost power. So interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I'm pulling up another news story now. I didn't even know they had this. Okay. It says a momentous event for cruising unfolded yesterday in the Northwest Passage as Hurtigruten Expeditions, MS Ronald Amundsen and MS Bananas Nansen crossed paths for the first time in their respective histories. The bow-to-bow meeting of the battery hybrid vessels. Battery hybrid vessels. Okay, is this like the Prius of the cruise world right here?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
I know. I'm
I
like
did not
that
know
and
that.
nuclear powered. What?
Yes. Including MS Ronald Amundsen, the world's first hybrid battery powered cruise ship, also named after the first explorer to traverse the Northwest Passage, took place in Cambridge Bay, Canada. Guests and crew were invited to celebrate with flags, banners, and warm beverages on the top decks. The 2 ships crossed the MS Bananas Nansen, a 27-day westbound Northwest Passage, sailing to Nome, Alaska, and MS Ronald Amundsen's 26-day eastbound Northwest Passage, sailing to Halifax, Canada. So I thought that was kind of cool, just simply because we got, Prius cruise ships out here. I didn't know that.
Interesting.
That was kind of cool.
So,
Yep.
Kurt, thanks for coming in. And looks like Rob asked if I could explain to people what an Oscar call is. And it's just a code that they use on Royal Caribbean ships. I actually call it 3 times. They come on, they say Oscar, Oscar, Oscar. It just means man overboard. And it's just, they do the same thing in hospitals. So like in hospitals, when they have certain types of emergencies, they have a code word just so that it's not obvious and so that they don't
Code blue,
alarm or disturb, people, cause panics, things like that. Yeah. So on Royal Caribbean ships, so they call it an Oscar call, but basically if you ever hear Oscar, Oscar, Oscar on a Royal Caribbean ship, that means there's a man overboard. So
Yep. Oh, and Visos Travel says, wow, I guess I'm going to have to go through a sex change to become Miss Universe. That's right. Let's get it. Let's do it for the gram. One time for the gram. That's funny. Okay, let's see. And we are, I believe, at the point where we're still tracking Adelia here. Let's see. Where is she, Scott? What are we looking at?
She's in Georgia. So,
Georgia?
well, this what you're seeing here is a report from Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's still in Florida, but the hurricane is finally, making a mark in southeast Georgia.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they were reporting from this town last night too. They said that this is obviously not the first time this town has experienced a hurricane. I guess it's going to be about a Cat 2 as it.
Yeah, it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop.
Yeah, so I don't think they expected it to be a Category 4 when it came on board. When it came on shore, it
No,
was supposed
3.
to be a 3, but not a 4. So
And it
that's
was
that's the crazy, insanely warm waters,
Yep.
which they are attributing to global warming. So,
Mhm.
Yeah.
um,
That's really what's happening. I know we're cooking down here with no regular rain all summer long. Like the rain just skipped us.
Yeah.
So if it came toward Galveston, I know it was going to be a big mess.
but you can see here, like Jim Cantori, he's like farther. He's like actually, the storm has passed him already, and it seems like they're still getting pretty bad winds and stuff like that there.
Mhm.
So
I was looking forward to him hanging onto a pole and blowing with the wind like he always does.
yeah, but you can see here this Valdosta, or how you say it, Valdosta or whatever, right here. So
Banana.
yeah, they I mean the eye is just about there.
Mm-hmm.
That's obviously in Georgia. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Occasionally, just ever so occasionally, a storm will hold together enough when it gets up to where I live that we've had actual tropical storms still at a tropical storm level come right over top of where I live, maybe 3 times in my lifetime. So not very often.
Yep.
We are always dealing with the remnants of it in the form of rain. Always. We always get tons and tons of rain, especially from the Gulf Coast impacts. When they hit when they're hitting like Texas and Louisiana and stuff like that, they always end up coming right over top of Pennsylvania as rain.
Mm-hmm. If they even touch the Yucatan Peninsula, the TV is on the Weather Channel all the time. Over here, we watch it closely because Yucatan puts it a little too close for comfort for us.
So, Jeremy, there is a question in the
snap!
chat.
Zuri's bomb has made it in. Nisi.
You might
this
want to
wouldn't
answer
affect
that.
the cruise leaving out of Port Canaveral September 2nd, right? Well,
No.
we haven't received anything from the cruise line nor the airline. So I know that she's supposed to hit the air today to go to Orlando because we're all meeting up together. And so far, we haven't received any alerts for the flight or the cruise. So good question and welcome to the show. And let's see, Scott has a question this morning. Should cruise lines offer future cruise credits for itinerary changes?
Yeah, so again, I'm very limited in my in the amount of characters I can put on the screen. So I'm gonna kind of expand on this. And what I'm saying is, because of these hurricanes, there's been quite a few itineraries in the last couple of days that have been completely changed. I mean, like, I'm not talking about if, there's a slight diversion or a slight alteration, or if they're going to do the same itinerary in reverse. I'm talking about people who specifically book a cruise. In this case, there's been a lot of Bermuda cruises that have now become Bahamas cruises.
Mm-hmm.
And those are 2 very different itineraries and very different destinations. So my point is that if you booked that cruise for Bermuda, and now suddenly it's the Bahamas. In my opinion, I really think the cruise line should be offering you an option to cancel that cruise for full future cruise credit, so that you can rebook that Bermuda cruise or, whatever cruise you were doing at a later time, rather than just say, oh, hey, by the way, we know that you did not book a Bahamas cruise, but you're going there anyway, and you don't have, you have no choice in the matter. Like that, I think in that situation, I'm really upset at the cruise lines for not offering that option and literally forcing these people into taking an extremely different itinerary. And I don't believe it if it should be, like, I don't know. They substituted Grand Cayman for, Cozumel or or the reverse or something like that. But the other two ports were the same, or they did the itinerary in reverse. I'm talking about a completely different cruise. And in this situation, there are quite a few, both because of Idalia and Franklin. They just, people who specifically booked and wanted to go to Bermuda are now forced to go to Bahamas. I don't think it's right. I really think the cruise line should offer that option.
Yep. Eddie?
Yes, they should. They should offer future cruise credit because a hurricane is one thing, but they decide to make a change on their own without telling you. No, I will not be a happy camper. So, yeah, they should offer the credit, no matter what. So, go with the flow.
And we were on a Carnival Breeze 5-day sailing with the kids. Okay. And we still went to our ports that we originally booked, which was Progresso and Cozumel. But what they did was gave us a refund of port taxes and fees for all 5 of us. I don't know why, because we still went to the ports. We still had a good cruise and we still made it back. So they offered it as on-board credit instead of a future cruise credit. But I do agree that if you are going, to Western Caribbean and you end up in Eastern Caribbean, it wouldn't be a bad thing. I mean, I enjoy Eastern Caribbean. However, if you are a Cozumel lover and a Progresso lover, then something should be offered into the future as well. Maybe offer to pay a deposit or something. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
let us know down in the comments. Let us know down in the comments if you have been diverted, and if so, what happened.
Yeah. And I really want to expand on this too. The cruise lines always love to cherry pick things, right? So, like, for instance, if you're going to a foreign country and you can drink there at you're 18, but the cruise line will be like, no, U.S. law says 21, so you can't drink on the ship.
Right.
Anything that kind of benefits them in one way or the other, they love to cherry pick U.S. law, right? U.S. law. Well, I'm sure there's consumer protection options in U.S. law that would, allow people to say, hey, listen, this itinerary is completely different, not just a little different, not slightly altered, completely different. So therefore, I would like my money back, or at least a credit, so that I can do that itinerary that I plan to do. But of course, in that case, suddenly U.S. law doesn't apply. And that really irritates me. And I really wish something could be done about it. I mean, I'd love to trust the cruise lines to do the right thing, but clearly they are not doing the right thing in these situations. And it's unfortunate. And in that case, I think somebody should be stepping in and making them do it, because, I mean, we're talking about your vacation here. Right? If I made that decision, and in most cases a long time ago, I want to go to Bermuda, and I realize the weather is out of their control, but then in that case, they should just simply offer me the option. And if I think to myself, you know what, that's fine, I'll go to Bahamas. That's great. Then I'll just go. Right? But if I don't want to, because it's in a very different itinerary, I should be allowed to do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Nettie and JT has commented on the Oscar call, and this says, on our first cruise in 2013 to Alaska, we hear the Oscar and the crew were acting strange. So we asked, and they said, man overboard.
Yep. Yep.
Wow. So if I hear Oscar, I know what's going down.
Because I've even heard them do it. You know, when they do the drills and stuff, like when you're in a port and they come on and they're very explicit, right? They're like, "This is just a drill," you know, we're just drilling. And I've heard the Oscars, you know, but they're very specific. They're like, "This is not real," you know, like this is just a drill, and then they do the Oscars.
Right. Bone Tire Travelers has reported on Adalia just downgraded to a Cat 2.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah, but they said it would be a Cat 2 when it was hitting Georgia, and it looks like it is hitting Georgia right now. So.
Yep. Visos Travel. We were in Cancun at a resort during a hurricane. Talk about scary. I know that's right. Mike and Rihanna just saw a video of a storm chaser getting hit by large debris from Hurricane Adalia last night. I hope he's all right.
It's a hurricane.
Yep. Visos Travel says, yes, 100% agree. Bahamas is not Bermuda.
Yeah.
It's
a completely different experience. And, you know, and it's so upsetting to me about it.
Yep. Stony Productions has made it in. Good morning.
Good morning.
And ahoy there, Captain Billy J. Travels has made it in. Good morning.
Welcome.
Welcome, Captain.
Yep.
Captain, my captain.
Oscar, did they thank the Academy after? Yeah, I know. Visa. That was funny.
It's gone from Oscar Mayer.
Yep. And
I
speaking
saw
of
a picture of the captain with a can of Foster's on it, I'm sure Sean was thrilled with that.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
He was loving it.
Yep. And speaking of the Oscars and Academy, let's see if you can win one today, Eddie. What's going on with this little secret thing you got going on? You know, win an award, you have to be out front and let everybody know about it. So here is your opportunity.
On a 6-day cruise, leaving out of Tampa, Florida, October 28, 2024, on the Carnival Paradise. We're going to take off on a 6-day cruise from Tampa to Key West, Montego Bay, and Grand Cayman. Contact Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel for your spot with a $25 down refundable. You have till May 2024 to put your deposit down, which is also refundable, and pay off the cruise by July 2024. And we'll be all getting together in October 28, 2024 in Tampa that weekend. So the cruise leaves on Monday. I'm planning to go down there on Saturday with the Alice Lugo Studios before anybody else does it. And all of us will be there too. The Mustard Drill, J&S Adventures, and Cruising Fun Anytime. Also, House of X will be there. They're going to be taking care of a couple of activities on the ship. Has to do with Elegant Night. Also, Mike and Rihanna are managing a Facebook group where you can see all the other activities that we'll be doing. Shirt design is coming up soon. I'm waiting after the booze cruise now in October to go by, so I could set up and make the next shirt coming out for the booze cruise, the secret one. And we're looking forward to bring more people in. Please, come on. Travel with Tinkerbell will be there. James Catanese and his wife will be there also. Hopefully Bill from Western Adventures and some other ones will be coming along. So let's get together. Let's go. Let's see you there.
Booze Cruise 2024. Hosted by Eddie Lugo Studios. Out of Tampa, Florida. Port of Calls, Key West, Florida. Grand Cayman Island. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Aboard the Carnival Paradise. Come join us us for this great cruise, October 28th to November 3rd, 2024. Contact Bruce at ocean2oceantravel.com.
Yep. I think that was Oscar worthy, man. I don't care. That's
I like that video a lot.
Yep.
A lot.
So something else, I just in case there's anybody in here now that was not in here at the start of our show, I wanted to mention that the Go Live Together morning crew are going to be doing a after dark primetime show on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be the same crew from here in the morning show, just at night with a, nighttime twist on, when we're still working everything out on it. We're not 100% sure how exactly everything is going to go yet, but we're excited to do a primetime show, and we're looking forward to it. And we hope everyone will tune in. That show is going to start on September 12th, and then every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern going forward from September 12th. So we hope everyone can join us, and we hope you enjoy what we have in store for you.
Yep. And the captain is check-in. That Foster's beer from Australia was pretty tasty.
Yep. I had that Foster back in the days when I used to drink, and I liked it. But
Sean, I think Sean loves Sean. He said something about it being his favorite beer.
Yep.
Something like that.
He has a wall painted in the back.
Yes, he
Foster
seems
logo.
to he's always saying, like, I'm sorry, we have to share the nectar of the gods with you Americans. Right? He's always saying stuff like that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, traveling with Tinkerbell has made it in. Good morning. Do you have power? That is the question.
I hope everything's going okay, Tinker.
I know you're okay, but do you have power? That is the question.
Tampa survived the hit. So
Yeah, I mean, Tampa was. It came on board, pretty far north of there, so I don't think they probably got a huge hit from it.
No.
Oh, and you got a vote right here, Eddie. Mike and J&S Adventures says Oscar worthy. I like it a lot.
Of course, he's the one who put it together. Yes, it is a great video.
Yep.
I also wanted to mention that I'm traveling tomorrow to the Carnival Venezia, and my intention at this point is to do the morning show from the Amtrak train. So we're going to have our fingers crossed for a good data connection while we're traveling from Pennsylvania to New York City to do that. Although I think the show will probably take place most of the time between where I live and Philadelphia. So there's a lot of farm country in between here and there. So I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I am going to try to do that. But if not, unfortunately, I will not be on tomorrow's morning show, or my appearance will be intermittent. And, I'm going to try to bring people some imagery from the countryside of Eastern Pennsylvania. So hopefully you'll tune in and enjoy that.
I've done that route, and it's nice. It's very comfy, very relaxing.
Yes, it is. It's very nice. So
yep. And Nettie and JT have dropped their link. Want everybody else to do the same. All you got to do is type in the word #creator, #TMD if you're on Mustard Girls chat, or #ELS if you're in Eddie's chat. And Nightbot will be glad to drop your link for you. That way everybody can connect with one another. And if you haven't connected to Visos Travel, do that. You are going to have a great time over there on his channel. Great time. And let's see, there's some more scenery coming from Dahlia here. State of emergency. And Jim is still at it.
Oh, he's going to be on all day.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of water. But you see how those houses look behind Jim?
Yeah.
We have a lot of houses here in Galveston that are built the same way. You know, they're all up on stilts, and
Right.
you have to climb. And those stilts are pretty tall. You know, they're about 15 feet up. So there's more stairs than you normally would have to climb to get, you know, up to a second story.
I mean, that's pretty much how all the houses are on like the outer banks of North Carolina and stuff as well. They're all up on pilings and stuff as well. So
Yep. Oh, that tree got tore up.
yep.
Wow.
It looks like that. I don't know where Perry, Florida is. I imagine it's somewhere in the, what do they call that? The Great Bend or the Big Bend or whatever.
North of Gainesville.
Gotcha. All I know is it's 1,000 miles away from where I live. So
Yep.
And Tinkerbell has checked in with a comment here. Scott, I might do my live show next week from Puerto Rico. I'll send you a message. Maybe we can bring you in and show the ship if you're available.
Of course, I'd be happy to do that. No problem. Let me know.
Friday night, he's all mine.
Yeah, I'm doing Eddie's again on Friday night, but I'd be happy to do yours if it all works out. And yep, no problem. Oh, and I just wanted to say this to you as well, Tinker. I get to meet Cheryl and Jeremy first. I get to meet them first. I get to meet them first.
Even for me, I won't get to it until October. So
Right. Oh man. It's coming up towards you, Eddie.
yep.
It really is.
We're gonna get rain up here. That's it.
That's good.
Yes.
Shoot,
yes.
that's good right
Yeah,
there.
it's gonna keep heading like east northeast, so it's gonna skirt Atlanta.
Yes.
So Atlanta will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And Visos Travel, Nightbot missed your link, so please type in. Is he in your site, Eddie?
I believe so.
Okay, please type in the word hashtag ELS or hashtag yo, and a Nightbot will drop your link. We want everybody to go over there and check out your channel and show you some love. So please drop your.
He did it right after Mike and Rihanna, so that's why he picked up Mike and Rihanna's first.
Yeah. Okay.
He got it right now, so he should be popping up.
And Tinkerbell has checked in with a response to yours, Scott. It says, "I know that, I know, right? That's okay. I get to meet them in one of the most amazing ports of call, San Juan." LOL.
No, I agree. Listen, I'm really jealous about that. I love Puerto Rico so much. It is absolutely one of my. It's in my top. It's probably in my top 3 ports to visit.
Wow.
I really, really love San Juan so much. But I mean, it's just because I like to go off into the city and, just wander. And it's just an amazing place. And, I love San Juan so much. So I agree. It is an amazing port, and I get to just, I get to meet them in Grand Turk, which is also a really cool port, but certainly not as exciting as San Juan for sure. So
I'm going to step off the ship and get my camera ready because I've heard a lot of great things about San Juan.
Oh yeah, San Juan, it's beautiful. And here's the thing, Jeremy, when I was talking to you about that sign, right? Like in San Juan, the ships literally pull right up to the edge of the city. Right? Like they're not like off and you do have to walk down the pier, right? But it's not like it's off and like the city is, a couple blocks away or something. It pulls right up to the city, right up to the city's edge. So when you get off and you walk to the end of the short pier, you are right in the city. And those, so there's basically the main street there, whatever that's called. I don't know the name of that main street that goes all along the waterfront there at the port, but but the ships are all, scattered side to side from there. And the I love Puerto Rico sign is right there. Depending on which slip you're in, you'll either have to go right or left, but it's right there. at the port. So
And I will advise you, if you want to get a good view of the El Morro Castle coming into the bay, be in the front of the ship, the little whatever you could get out there in front. Nice view up there, even up, wherever you're at. You want to get a good shot of it, you got to be in the front. So as you're coming in, you see the whole thing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I'm always up early getting coffee, and I take that time to get the the ship sliding in with the time lapse. So that's what you can expect on J&S, at least, is a time lapse pulling into port overlooking San Juan. That's going to be a good shot.
yeah,
I never seen that till 2020 that we went in the NCL Bliss, and he has an observation deck, and we went up there, me and Alice, and I have never seen a motor from that angle. Oh my god!
Yep,
Amazing.
And we are coming to the end of the hour here, which means that it is now time for us to bring you the schedule for the remainder of the day here on YouTube.
And following us will be the Seashell Cruise Fun at 10 a.m., followed by Rocking Becky's Travels at 1 p.m. Tonight at 6 p.m. will be the Astute Tourist Cocktail Hour, followed by Edna's World, Sheridas and Sunsets, I Love Cruising Royal Premiere, and One String Adventures with Controversial Cruising at 7 p.m., followed by 8 p.m. with D&G Explorers, Live with Mountain Folk, Full Blown Country, Antoinette Funds, and Chancellor's Travel. 9 p.m. Eastern will be M&T Homestead, and closing the night at 10 p.m. Eastern tonight will be the Vineyard Farmhouse.
Nice. Oh, okay. Hey, Midlife Travels have made it in. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
And the captain. Oh wait, you're muted, Scott. Still muted.
yeah, I know.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
But anyway, what I was going to say is one of the things I love about the 11-day itinerary from New Jersey is that when it gets to Puerto Rico, it doesn't get there till like between 1 and 3 in the afternoon, and it stays there till like 9 or 10. So not only do you get a little bit of daylight, but you also get nighttime in San Juan.
You get to have dinner in San Juan.
Yeah. And it is absolutely amazing. It is by far my favorite. I mean, I complain a little bit about not getting there until later, but then you get that nighttime experience that you would not normally get if your ship was getting there in the morning, because it's out of there by evening. So it's awesome. I love it.
And see, that's what I loved about Aruba and Bonaire is they kept us there until 9 at night, and we got real good shots of the.
I mean, there's some ports I wouldn't want to be off the ship at night, but San Juan is not one of them. So
yeah. Okay, well that's y'all sold it. I mean, that's very good.
So just make sure that you're when you get into the bay, be up there in the front, or at a good great point where you could see the whole front of the ship going in, and follow that.
I'll be there.
You know, one thing I've been meaning to ask you, Eddie, does anybody live on Vieques?
Yes.
Okay.
Many people live there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
And Culebra, which is the other little island there too.
Right. Yeah, Vieques is an island off the coast of Puerto Rico. I just wasn't sure if anybody lived there.
Yeah, Vieques is the bigger one of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Used to be a military base too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And let's see, that will do it for today's show. Thank everybody who has come into the live stream and also stayed to the end for the replay. We definitely appreciate you guys. Y'all take care of each other out there. We know that the hurricane's beating us up, but we're going to power through and still make it to our travels. Everybody take care of yourselves out there as well. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And never, ever forget, we love you and good morning.
All right.